So I'm an intuitive health medium, and I can see energetically where people have stress and trauma trapped like in their energy. And I can see where those events and those times in their lives, over time of living in that energy, it manifests into illness. And the emotion I'm going to talk about today, it's a tough one because we all do it, but it's a very low vibrational emotion, and it causes a lot of illness, especially the longer we live in those low vibrational patterns, the more illness will come to us over that period of time. And the pattern and emotion that I'm going to talk about today is victimizing ourselves, self-pity, and putting ourselves in that like, woe is me, like feeling sorry for ourselves. That like takes over our physical body. And don't mind me, I'm grooming my dog. I'm getting ready to give her a bath. But we are allowed to feel our emotions. We need to. We need to feel when we are not happy. We need to feel that misery. And it's okay to feel sorry for ourselves. It really is, because it allows us to understand that we aren't happy, and it gives us opportunities to learn why. But the difference is between feeling our emotions and learning from them, and living in our emotions and allowing them to become a way of life. That's where the illness and all the issues start to manifest physically, because it becomes a lifestyle. That's when it gets unhealthy. Now, when we victimize ourselves, and I'm just going to use that loosely through this video for the sake of time, but I'm talking like feeling sorry for ourselves, being really down, not seeing like the positive side of ourselves. We're just in that low, why is this happening to me, victimizing state. What happens is that slows us down, like physically. We take longer to get out of bed. We take longer to do things. We don't have the motivation. We kind of lose interest in things that used to make us happy. We just kind of disconnect, like a depression. We just kind of like fall into this low vibrational state of just feeling miserable, and we're not happy. And when that slows us down, it slows down our metabolism. And then what happens when our metabolism slows down, we secrete cortisol, because when we shift into a slow state where we're not motivated and we're not interested and we're kind of feeling lost, we're also feeling blocked in how to take that first step forward out of this space and kind of like redefine our purpose. Our body's picking up on all of these signals and all of this stress. Even though it's not making us crazy, it's still a stress signal, and our body goes into a reactive state to like protect itself, and it secretes cortisol, which turns into belly fat. And then what happens after that is we start losing self-confidence. We start lacking in self-love, because we're not allowing ourselves to see the opportunities that could be coming from this emotion. And we start to comfort eat. And what happens when we comfort eat is we're filling voids in our heart, because we're lacking in love. Now, we could be in a space where we are not loved. It could be a relationship. It could be a toxic work environment. It could be a family where we just don't feel loved. And so we start to crave unhealthy foods, and we start to comfort eat because we're trying to fill these voids in our heart where love is absent. We're filling them with food, because chocolate, especially when we eat sweets and chocolate particularly, our body reacts as if we've been hugged. Like, it chemically reacts. It secretes hormones like we're being hugged. That's why when we eat, while we're eating that food, we feel good. But then what happens is after we're done eating and we're digesting, then we feel like crap because our sugar drops, because we're in that low vibrational state, our sugar tanks, and then we feel like crap again. And sometimes we even feel worse because now we're in a sugar drop. Now, this video is going to go on forever, because what happens after that, we've now been comfort eating, we're now gaining weight, we're now feeling insecure because we don't like the body that we're in. What ends up happening is sometimes we'll turn into enablers, because now that we don't have self-confidence, we don't have the ability to set boundaries. People start to pick up on that, and they start to lean on us, ask us for favors. And then what happens is we do more for them than we do for ourselves, which disconnects us even more, and it manifests into more illness over time. And then what happens from there is we are not digesting food as well. We start having stomach issues. And because of, here's the kicker, because we have now given our personal power to this state of misery by the time we get to this point, I mean, I'm talking now, it's been years we've been living like this. We start losing energy in our sacral chakra, which is the chakra of the lower abdomen, and we usually develop issues with constipation, because we're literally giving our power to a low vibrational energy of choosing to stay unhappy and live in that victimizing state. And it affects the sacral chakra because we're no longer using our personal power. We're just giving it to the issue by reacting to it and staying in that low vibrational state. And it causes issues with constipation, and then we have issues with our bowels, and it creates even more issues, and it just keeps going and going. So when you have something happen to you that derails your emotions and puts you in a hyperreactive state, that's okay. You can allow that. because you need to learn from it. You need to learn why you reacted that way. You need to learn why those emotions came to you. And it's okay if you don't know, because you'll learn as you move through it and level back up to a state of joy. That I kind of use that loosely. But don't allow yourself to live in those low vibrational emotions, because your energy is listening, your physical body is listening, and it will react accordingly, and it'll evolve into illness.